What's up, garden family? Welcome to my garden. So I'm just really out here doing some transplanting, not really so much propagating, but transplanting my propagations. And so I'm just bringing you along for the ride. I have some hot cayenne pepper seedlings that I got from Walmart. And I'm just going to be splitting it into, like, when I get my seedlings from the store, I try to find the ones with the most seedlings and the healthiest seedlings so that I can get the bang for my buck. So since it's two in here, I'm going to be splitting these two in half. So when you have your seedlings, it's preferable when you do this that the soil is as moist as you can possibly have it. So let me just break that on up. And we want to be as gentle as we possibly can. Okay. Oh, they're really stuck. So the way we get them unstuck, got some water. Gonna dip it in here. Help the soil come off of the roots, and it makes them easier to separate. And it helps you not damage your plants. Okay. Need a little more water. Let's see here. We'll do a little wiggling while it's in the water. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Gently separating the roots. Okay. And we keep doing this process until we get them separated. So now we have two nice cayenne pepper plants. We're gonna reuse this. Gonna take some of that soil, some in there. Like so. Got that one. Here's the next one. We're gonna use the original pot for that one. Right. So we got our two cayenne pepper plants. Two for the price of one. Back in the day, they used to, almost forgot the water. They used to plant the seedlings more densely, and sometimes you would get like 4 or 5, seedlings in one pot for the price of one, and you separate it and you got 5 plants. But now they done got stingy, man. So gonna let that sit off to the side there. I also have this habanero pepper. And this one also has 2 seedlings that's pretty close together. So I'm gonna, that's my hot cayenne cayenne pepper tag. Let's put it on our hot cayenne peppers. Okay. And gently separate that soil. I'll try to give like a gentle tug to see if they'll separate on their own without having to go in the water like that. But it doesn't seem like it. They're so close together. So knowing how to propagate and being smart about how the way you pick your plants will save you a lot of money and reap you a lot of rewards. So that is kind of tough. Let's drop that in there. Now we have 2 separate habanero plants for the price of 1. Let's get this water out the way. Let's get us our pots. So I also have some purple sweet potato propagations that have roots. Can you see those roots? Oh yeah, so I am so ready. Hold on, I want to rinse my hand. Yes. So look at those roots. Woo. So I'm ready to put them in some pots. I have some other purple sweet potato over here too in this jar. I find that the sweet potatoes tend to do well in jars that have wide mouths. You know, they do good in the long neck bottles too. Let me show you what I have one. Yeah. So they tend to do good in these too. So I have some in here too. And you can see those roots. But I really like them in the jars. They seem to do quite well in the wide mouth jars. So when my propagations get some nice roots, I like to go ahead and put them in the pots. Don't even wait, just go, you know. And now from one plant, I have so many plants, and I've given away purple sweet potato as well. So I am so happy that I can do that and have plenty for myself too. Just putting a little soil in each pot. So in this one, let's see, we have how many? We got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna put these down on the ground. And here we go. So you know what? I like to, it seems like it always works better when I don't have as much dirt, like about that much. Drop it. Oh. to the next batch. Look at those roots. Ooh. Yes, so we have, technically we have just 2 pieces here. Okay. Boom. Got them 5 in there. Now it's time for some more. Here we go, here we go. Got these in the bottom. So, you know how to propagate. You can make multiple plants, save plenty of money, and have a bountiful garden. So since this one is so long, I'm gonna just kind of drop it in there already. And then I'm gonna put the dirt on it. Because I do want it to kind of sit up as straight as possible. And sometimes it's kind of tricky with viney plants that you propagate. But we got it. We have, oh, snizzabs. Okay, got this one. And then, hold up. Oh, you want to fight? Okay. So this is one reason why I do like the wide mouth jars as opposed to the bottles for propagating these sweet potato vines, because that can tend to hinder the coming out. But no matter, we got this. So I was able to ease it up on out of there. Got it. Don't stop no show around here. Where the other one at? Right here. Gotcha. Now that's sitting right, sitting nice and center. So I have this particular small seedling or plantling or whatever you want to call it. The person that gave it to me said the name of this, I think it's named Katuk, if I'm saying it properly. Katuk. If anyone happens to know the name of this plant, by all means, drop it in the comments. Let me know what's up. But I'm finna transplant it. It was given to me. And also, it's supposed to be very high in iron, calcium, very good for your bones, hair, nails, skin, that type of thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this one in a pot. It's been in that bottle for about 3 days. So it's doing good, but I wanna go ahead and put it in a pot. Got some of the dirt. So I have one other plant that I can see that needs planting, one of my propagations, which is this particular little plant here, which is very hardy, drought tolerant. And no, I do not know the name of it, but I see it all over the place here in Florida. If anybody knows the name, please drop it in the comments. I'll do some research and let you guys know as well too on my end. So I'm gonna put it in a pot. So I already got an arrowroot on there. I believe I just dropped it in there like yesterday, and it's already like got an arrowroot, which is crazy to me, because that's like 24 hours. So that's that. Drop some water on them. And there we go. So the other plant that I have to separate is the basil that I bought. That I got it from Walmart, and I saw so many of the basil plants and I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plants from this one plant here. So let's go ahead and take this out of here, and let's proceed to break this up. Want to be as gentle as we can with the roots, of course. So again, being smart about which plants we pick, and you know, how we propagate them and choose to separate them. Basil's pretty hardy, very great addition to your garden in any form. All right, so we need some water here. Okay. So, where is the original one? Okay, here we go. We're going to save the original one for the tallest one. Okay. Because it's the deepest. Last one. Oh no, not the last one. Almost the last one. Alright, we need one more pot. So let me just take you around a little bit. These are some more that I need to get to, but I don't have the right size pots because they're a little longer, and I want to make sure I have the right size pots. Anywho. Our sweet potato propagations that we planted. So I have some dasheen I need to get to. More sweet potato propagations. Those. Some broccolis I need to get in the ground. Some more propagations that I just did like yesterday. So they're not ready. They don't even have roots on them or anything. Ooh, but this one does. See there? Didn't even see that. Alright, so I gotta get to that one. Gotta get to those onions. And I gotta get to these scallion from when I cooked the other day. That got a little water, pour a little. Yeah. I got some propagations in here to get to, some little succulents. Those basils we just did. So look at my pepper bush. I gotta get to picking. Those other basils. There's some money plant I need to get to as far as propagating. Well, transplanting and putting it into a pot. That's some oregano. Here are some other propagations that have been transplanted into a pot. And over here is the propagation crew, which has went down because I put a lot of them in pots. So they're in pots. And there's my geranium. I got some other little succulents over here too that I need to get to. Some other propagations of coleus that I just pretty much propagated. That's why it doesn't have any roots. More basil I'm propagating. Yeah. Thanks for watching.